All right, everyone. Tapicado, like, the best thing that just happened was that's the first message I got in chat there. All right, so yeah, we're a couple seconds late getting started here, but that's because funny stuff just happened. If you want to check out my Twitter there or Kurt's Twitter, I'm sure it's on his too. But yeah, OANN fun. We'll talk about it. All right, here we go.
This is a great example of horrible security policies.
There we
go. It is competent people doing competent things.
Yes, we are live. So yeah, so for everyone tuning in here, this is Kurt, as you all know, a few weeks in, little Fridays with Kurt, recapping the week, the fun.
Yep.
You can, hey Kurt, you doing something? You doing something fun on your internet back there?
Yeah, I'm always doing fun stuff on my internet. Like literally, it's so much fun that I'm gonna overdose on fun and then keel over, and then companies they cry.
Yeah. Your Zoom runs a little slower than everyone else's here right now, but
I've noticed that, and I'm really curious as to why. It's Zoom, so I've never really been arsed to go and troubleshoot it because it's fucking Zoom. But one thing I do know is that I am going to order a goddamn pizza.
Let's go. All right, so it is pizza time. You know, I should probably be doing the same, but whatever. All right, everyone. So tonight we're going to talk about all kinds of things. There's a few things that I definitely want to talk with Kurt about. Some related to last week's episode, but mostly brand new stuff. Of course, right before we go on, OANN.com/files opens up to the world. I'm sure it's been open for months and somebody just found it.
Yeah.
But anyone watching who wants to go see something funny, OANN.com/files/. Half of those files have passwords in them.
Yes, they do.
Username DC WordPress and things.
Username DC contributor, password OANDC6900. Wow, that's a really creative password.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed that.
It's absolutely insane. So I do use OBS, and all right, Fipo's there. I'm gonna check that out because right now I'm just using window capture, and I'm sure that's part of why he's a little laggy there on us. But it's also that I'm staring at the wrong screen. Like if I look at him here, he's fine. Yeah, there we go. You know, when you're streaming on OBS, for anyone who doesn't, never watch the actual OBS stream if you got guests on Zoom or something. Watch the Zoom client because that little 2 millisecond lag will really mess with your head.
It does. Anything with AV sync, like if lips are not matching up, you get confused like that. It's also the same reason why you need incredibly low latency and high frame rate on VR devices, because anything that's not syncing up with your motion, you get sick. It works the same when you're trying to pay attention to lips and mouths and stuff. Brains are funny.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, so this is absolutely hilarious. I'm loving the OANN release of data. Good times. All right, so we have all kinds of fun stuff to catch up on. A lot more QAnon stuff. I actually, based on a tweet that you did and a few other things, want to talk to you about the old right-wing grift versus the left-wingers wondering how to actually survive while this is happening, and some of the lefties figuring out how to kind of sell out to the right-wing crowd in a way that makes them money. There's kind of like there's this whole interesting dichotomy of how do we on the left get, keep ourselves funded while doing this type of work without, wasting all of our time on some day job for jokingly some capitalist pig dog who wants to use us, right?
Yes.
So that's another one. The Discord is up, and it is live. You can get.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the About tab on the twitch.tv/Gregg Housh there, you can see the link to it. I'm sure it's highly misconfigured, but it's there. So everyone can get going there. Absolutely, Amber. Kurt brings a crowd. People love this guy.
Thank you.
Right? Or, hate views are good too, right? I mean, any views, right?
Yes. So the reason why it's okay with like it wasn't my decision. I'm not the one that leaked the OAN stuff. Actually, if you have problems with that going out, you should probably go talk to my friends over at Thug Crowd. They decided to do that, and we're all just laughing. So not me. Don't yell at me.
Yeah. I want to make it very clear. When I posted that on Twitter it was after asking the people who showed it to me if it was already public. This was already out there. It was already posted on Twitter by other people. It was already shared. Like, by the time I shared it, everyone who needed to see it had seen it, other than the guy who seems to control their web server.
Yes.
So yeah.
I mean, you can clearly see that they don't have a same password policy in the first place, and also it's WordPress. So I mean, there's a more than 50% chance that you can go and actually do some lateral movement as it stands. It's not like going and finding a PDF is actually going to change anything here. It's WordPress.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to add that little tweet underneath of this so people kind of get it.
Yes.
Before putting this tweet out, I verified that it was already public and already of no use to anyone intending the most fun sorts of things.
But by the time, I knew about it probably about an hour ago, and by the time that happened, the credentials, they were already dead. So this is just a really good instance of just laughing at them and dragging them.
Yeah, well, the thing is the only reason me or Kurt, like our type of person, wouldn't have shared it is if there were still hackers out there having a lot of fun with those passwords, or just the internal network information that it exposes, like all their uplink information, what hardware, the models of ISDN routers they're using currently for their IP uplinks to the satellite feeds and all that other fun stuff. They're all in those documents, so...
yes.
I wouldn't have posted that if I thought people were still having fun. They had their fun. Good times. I also want to talk a little about Project Veritas. I have some thoughts there on good old James O'Keefe and the fact that he's not in jail. That surprises me to no end.
It really does. It really does. I will say that you're not the only one. I'm also along those same lines, and there's a lot of people that are very, very invested into making those wheels start to turn.
Yeah. So let's start with my favorite thing that I learned in a little chat that we're in. Someone posted a tweet that showed that woman who looks drunk talking to the press and the government in Michigan. They're saying that there's all kinds of fraud in the election. Well, actually, she's a paid actress, and they found her profile on the various acting sites where you can hire her to do this kind of thing. And I mean, that's just like, at the very least, hire someone who isn't so bad at acting that they have to be on these public sites where you can find them, and instead have a real agent. Like, I mean, I'm not even mad that they hired someone. I expect this out of them. Like, I'm past that. What I'm mad about is that they continue to do this so badly and so publicly wrong, and the people who support them still support them and don't believe when you actually show them the profiles of these people. Like, they just... How dumb are the people on the right? Like, it kills me.
Unbelievable. And like, how many times do you have to be fooled by the exact same thing? Project Veritas has been going on for like a decade now. They've done the same things over and over and over again. How do you...
I remember I was dragging them back in 2014 openly, and they're still pulling the exact same fucking shit. Like, and also, this if you want to say... If you want to say the right is gullible, like it actually is. Let me put it this way: you can send a DM to Ron Watkins on Twitter, and you can get him to fucking single boost anything you fucking want to. He is the most gullible sack of shit on the planet. I'll tell you that much.
I've watched him tweet sock puppets for a week now, and wondered, just like, I mean, we know that there's all kinds of things wrong in his head. I'm just wondering what specific thing is wrong in his head where he has literally no filter. Like, someone can create an account right now, follow him, tell him to follow them back. He will if you say it. Like, just literally say, follow me back. He will follow you back instantly. Tweet something out horrible that you think he would actually, and then tweet or then DM him, say, please retweet this, and he will. Like, those 5 steps, wash, rinse, repeat. Like, he's nuts. And he doesn't seem to care at all about what he feeds his followers as long as they like it.
He really doesn't. And okay. I've been sicking people on him, and he will block them. Like people that are going and shitting up his replies for pretty much anything he tweets, and going and disseminating, the Mother Jones piece on how his father is a horrible pedophile. Which I very much encourage you to do. If Ron Watkins tweets or Jim Watkins tweets, you should probably go and take my Mother Jones piece. And you should go and notify anybody that's going and slobbering their fucking knobs that they are supporting a fucking pederast. But that's besides the point. He will habitually block anybody that I go and send to him, but he won't block me.
Yeah, right.
Which means that he's probably sitting there and sweating and losing his mind one day at a time as I'm constantly taunting and teasing. And by the way, I am going to drop the 8kun mail logs. Those are getting dropped soon. As soon as some work.
FBI.gov in there.
Yeah. There's some FBI and gov in there, but that's not even the fun part. That's not even the
funny stuff.
No, that's not even the funny stuff. But I will be disseminating those mail logs once a piece is published in Bellingcat, which I know is wrapping up. That should be a lot of fun. So if anybody wants to then at that point hop onto the train and start doing some deeper investigative work on anybody that has had correspondence with 8kun administration, I very much encourage you to do so.
Indeed. If anyone would like to jump ship, now's the time.
Yes. We have all the board owners' emails as of November 2019. So, I mean, come on.
There's a lot of fun in there. I just, so you, Kurt, like specifically, you're one of those people, you've been able to keep an image board alive for over a decade. And a lot
15 years going on 16.
And the people who aren't like in our chat right now, or even a couple of them maybe, but the kind of the more average general citizen who isn't an image board user might not understand the level of attacks you survived. Even if sometimes the site might have gone down for a few minutes here or there, you have survived a massive amount of hack attempts over 15 years because of the type of site you are and the type of audience you draw in.
Okay, like back in
strong.
Yes, it is. Like the amount of the threat actors that I deal with were the type that would literally go and get RCE on one of my boxes and then just RMRF slash.
Yeah.
There have been instances where just like the whole fucking everything was just completely and utterly blown away, and all I've done is just laughed and went and put it back up. Like it doesn't tilt me. It doesn't affect me. I don't fucking give a shit. I think it's funny.
But when
they get in, I fucking relish it because I'm like, okay, so what the fuck did you do? All right. And then I do my forensic analysis.
They love to talk about it too. But
they do.
Here's where
Hacker War is fucking fun. Period.
Your users have been required to find literal remote code exploits in software, versions that you haven't updated, but only like by an hour after a CVE came out. Like, not, wide open directories where you could edit a config file via a web protocol to change where logs were going. Like, not this OANN style stuff. And what blows my mind is that, when people hacked you, especially, like around the 07, 08 time when some of those like RMRFs happened and whatnot, they've really had to work, and it had to be someone actually skilled. When I've been watching what's happening with 8kun and specifically the whole Watkins clan, the amount of stupidity, 2-year-old unupdated versions of Roundcube.
5-year-old
versions of software wide open with none of directory listings still enabled on all their config directories and everything. There is no security on any of their systems. How on earth has their site stayed up?
Because nobody that is determined has actually given enough of a shit. That's really it.
There is
it's
no skill there.
Exactly, there isn't, and they're kind of riding their high horse. Like they're like, we're behind the Van Tech network. Nobody can touch it. But it's like, oh wait, NT Technologies is a distinct ASN, and we have all of their IP blocks. And it's like, come on, it's not fucking hard to enumerate all that shit. Like, what the hell are you people doing? Like, seriously.
It's insanity. So I don't know. I found it weird that it took this long for the sheer stupidity. Like, I know first year high school students in their first like introduction to anything even slightly structured CS, because their school's a little advanced, who wouldn't have shit like this on their server like by week 2. Like, what is the real fucking mind-blowing thing is that like we've all been fucking taunting them and making fun of them for weeks now. Like, we've just been like not just outright outing like what exactly we're looking at, but just slightly hinting at it and just being like, yeah, we got this, and you're really fucking bad at what you do. And there hasn't been any fucking change. It's like they think we're joking. It's what the fuck is going on over there? These people are the easiest motherfuckers on the planet to just go and completely and utterly own. And I'm not encouraging anybody to go in and fuck their shit up, but you know, come on.
But they are, so
yeah.
Yeah, we're just asking questions here. I don't know.
It's like rhetorical questions. You know, it is what it is.
What would tomorrow look like if every hacker that was possibly paying attention to this destroyed their shit? I don't know. I would love to wake up to see that storyline unfold, but I'm not asking anyone to do it. Of course not.
Oh, don't worry. There's already a plot through thread here. 8kun will burn, and the only thing that is suitable to leave on 8kun at the end of the day is an embed of Ron Watkins' tweet talking about how he is one of the most forefront security experts on the planet.
Yes, about that, Ron. And Jim, you know. Now, this leads to another interesting one. Whenever I see like far left-leaning stuff, and I see it up, some of the stuff that like even we used at Occupy and whatnot, I run into security types. I run into hacker types, sitting there keeping that shit locked the fuck down. And then when I run into right-wing stuff like this, we run into the level of funding that OANN has, and their /files directory full of passwords is wide open. Like, is it just that, when you're not a complete and total moral piece of shit grifting the right, that, you can actually hire people that know what they're doing because none of us will work for them?
Yes. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like there's a very distinct and very small pool of far right shitbags that are actually talented in InfoSec, and they're all a known quantity, and they're all typically their hands are already full. Yeah. So in general, you're going to have a whole lot of funding where they're just going to blow it on whatever the fuck. They probably had paid somebody $10,000 to install WordPress and so on and so forth. I mean, grifter's going to grift. And all the power to them. I mean, take as much right-wing bullshit money as you can, but it just makes things way more fun for the rest of us.
It does. So QAnon, Ron, Jim, 8kun, there's going to be an article coming out in Bellingcat for everyone to look out for. It's going to have some fun stuff. And then afterward, related to that article, there's going to be a little bit of a data drop for everyone to look at and find some interesting stuff about good old Is It Wet? Which you'll understand.
Is it wet yet? I mean, that's a fucking gnarly ass name for a company. I know he's talking about like the pen, like old ink pens, but given his sordid history, you look at it on his face, it's like, is it wet yet? Oh God. Yeah. You ever seen that man?
They have multiple companies, subsidiaries, this whole like weird winding connecting web of companies, and the one that seems to kind of glue them all together is named Is It Wet Yet? And yes, like Kurt said, he's actually talking about an old style calligraphy pen, pen mightier than the sword. But what do you guys think when you see Is It Wet Yet? That's at .com.
For a man that made his fortune in pornography.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That doesn't work for me at all. Oh. That's no.
That's nasty.
No one should be okay with that.
No.
So let's talk a little about last week, and we're not going to go into a lot of detail. We're not going to name any names. We're just going to say that, last week we talked a little about your past, and we talked a little about, apologizing for some of the worst stuff that happened, and talked about some of your current work being a little bit, you kind of righting some wrongs, which all sounds great.
Yes.
And then there were people.
There's also, besides the fact that if I hadn't been a horrible shitbag, we might not even be here talking right now.
Exactly. And, I've had this talk with a lot of people, which is really, not specifically naming you until now, of course, but now I get to name you and hand you over to these reporters and say, oh, well, that thing I told you where we kind of accidentally helped create the right wing, one of the guys who did it is now talking. So here he is. It's nice having you around for that.
Okay. The way you phrase that makes me sound fucking horrible.
Whoa! I did a lot of bad things.
Hold the fucking phone.
I love you.
And it was a side effect. It was not intentional. It was a side effect, to be clear.
No. This is one of those when people ask, well, like when you did Chanology and like a few weeks later, suddenly there's like 10,000 people in the street like, man, you must be really good at this shit. And I'm like, dude, every bit of that was an accident. That was like, what?
Yes.
Like I tried to explain it to people and they don't understand how you could possibly organize that and have it be accidental and still
that was the first like actual like real life example of viral memetics in action.
I still think that at some point I really fucked up in that, like, imagine right now, like a video with 1 million views on YouTube is nothing. There's videos with 1 billion views, right? But in 2008, 1 million views on a video was holy shit.
Yes, it was. There absolutely.
Poor as hell, barely able to make bills, as I am today, of course. Same as always. That's just my life.
Fuck capitalism.
I'm just not good at capitalism. It's not a game I'm good at playing. Not what I really want to either. So,
likewise.
So I'm sitting there and weeks into Chanology, I've got a YouTube with a video and now a second video coming up on 1 million views too. And we did nothing with it. Like we just wasted that opportunity other than the initial stuff we did. But no, getting back to last week, right? The one thing that I wanted to say that I think was really cool about what happened after that episode is everyone kind of involved in being angry with you. Not everyone, of course, but the main people being involved in being angry with you or anyone else, everyone got to argue it out and say, let's just get some shit done. And that's a thing that I care about a lot because I've been asked by multiple people, like, why are you talking to Kurt so much? And I'm like, because I'm here to get shit done.
Yes.
I mean,
and there has been a huge fucking lack of getting shit done lately from my view on the wayside.
That's what I want. I want shit to get done. And look who's getting shit done. Look who the media are actually reporting the findings of. Look who's got logs they're about to dump. I mean, just... if you want shit to get done, you've got to go to the people who are currently getting shit done. Like, it's just, I'm sorry, but if you have a problem with all of the stuff that's getting done, well, that's a whole other thing, and you might be a piece of shit. But
yes, exactly.
Or maybe you should start doing some shit.
You should start doing some shit, and also probably deal with the fact that you have a reputation of being a snitch.
There are a lot of people that have problems.
Yes,
But so everything kind of worked out there in a way that I think was at least the best possible outcome in terms of just all the people involved there. And that made me feel good. We got something done. Getting shit done.
Absolutely. I am results driven, motherfuckers. If you don't want me here to the fuck bad, I'm gonna keep doing my shit. And you're going to keep seeing it, and you can try to tear me down all you want. All I'm going to do is look at it and laugh and keep getting shit done. I mean, that's how this all fucking works.
That is indeed how it works here. Years of that. One of the strangest questions I always used to get, strange in terms of how the fuck do you answer it, is, there was that short period where Anonymous kind of blew up in, and I say short, but in terms of just everything that's happened well over a decade, of a couple years, 11 to 12, 2011, 2012, where shit was just every day. And it was all kinds of random ops. It was everything from a police station getting hacked to some other government thing, to some company, to some human getting doxxed who deserved it. And it was just 100 things. And I kept getting asked, well, how does Anonymous choose its targets? and how to hack it. And I was like, very rarely do we choose targets. They present themselves as targets.
Yes, they make themselves. They make themselves a fucking target by being a fucking shitbag. I mean, like literally, you're just like, oh, you're gonna fucking get yours, and then you go and get them, and that's how this all works.
But you look at like Aaron Barr, like he did an interview with Joseph Menn where he said, "I'm coming for Anonymous, and I'm going to meet with the government on Monday with a list of all of their leaders." And I mean, like usually, like 90% of the time, our major targets, like they paint the bullseye right on themselves.
Yes.
And but you've shown up and decided on some targets.
Yeah, I
they
did.
weren't coming at us. They were just using the names. And
yes.
And I say just, but I was just as mad as everyone else about it. Like, fuck them.
Exactly. If I am lapsing in my responses here, I am literally in the middle of ordering a pizza, and I'm gonna make sure that I get pineapple on said pizza. Fuck you. So I am starving. I have not consumed any nutrients or food in approximately 78 Earth hours. So I really need that because I am a creature that needs sustenance and needs nutrients and space dust in order to survive and keep this human facade of a body operational.
Indeed, super important. I'm gonna wait for afterward for dinner with the family, but you know how it is, kids, all that.
Yeah, I did squats this morning. I'm hungry.
Nice. Look at you, like working out, getting healthy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're gonna be that guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna start
All right, so
hackers on steroids, motherfucker.
Yeah, we got to make it a reality. So QAnon, we've got articles coming out. We got the Discord up. I kind of wrote a few notes of things that I wanted to make sure we talked about. So you brought up earlier on Twitter this idea that here you are going up against QAnon, you're taking on just the behemoth itself, straight at Ron and Jim Watkins, straight at 8kun, just head on. And then there's people who have podcasts who are making like $37,000 a month, who are talking about them, but not actually doing anything other than talking.
Well, not all of them, but I will say that the person that we're specifically talking, but not the person, the organization, the group, the podcast, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they are drawing a significant amount of money. And when there are people like me that are going out and actually I'm doing a lot of very dangerous things. I'm, in doing what I'm doing, there are very real hazards, legal hazards of absolutely batshit insane people wanting to go and literally show up at my door with a gun. These are all very real threats, and I'm one of the people that's going out putting my safety and health in jeopardy in order to make a real impact. And
QAA,
yes. They've been around for a long time, and they put a lot of eyeballs.
They're doing good work. I'm just saying
they are. But when you take work that I busted my ass to make possible, and you cover it, and you explicitly I watched the footage of them going over some of my work about 3 weeks ago, and they explicitly made an effort to scroll over anything that actually mentioned me by name. They follow me on Twitter. They know what I'm doing. They know that I'm the person that was responsible for doing this. They didn't even so much as reach out to me. It's that level of disconnect of that makes it almost feel insulting that they are now profiting and making commentary on my back and not even so much as giving me any recognition whatsoever for doing it. It's not a good look.
It is,
and I've avoided calling them out for it for quite some time, but it's starting to get to a point where it is actually getting ridiculous.
It is, but let's kind of go at that a little, because when you look at the right wingers, the Charlie Kirks, the Ian Miles Chongs, the Ben Shapiro's and all that. Like, all those types of people, Andy No, whatever. Like, every one of them that we want to see get hit by a bus moving really fast, you know? All of those types, they do a very good job of including all the other grifters. Like,
yes.
Like when one grifter does something, the rest of them all join in and boost them specifically.
Yes.
And work
it's
hard,
a system.
And work hard to make sure that everyone else is also boosting, all their followers are boosting this other grifter, because for them, it's like, it's an affiliate grifter program, exactly. Like,
yes.
They all
it's
know
like it's a social media influence top site network in essence.
Well,
I mean, come on.
I'm gonna throw this out there. It's actually the exact same thing as all of the OnlyFans people do on Twitter too. If you want to watch like an interesting network of people who do a very good job of sharing each other's stuff to get them to get them all exposure and to grow the whole network, like, you can watch the far right and you can watch OnlyFans people. But on the left, the only people I see doing that are, for the most part, like those unbelievably stupid threads. Follow me back. Everyone who puts their name in this, I'm going to follow. Resistors. And every time I see that, it's just like, that is spam. That is stupid. You're all idiots.
Yes, but on the right, they actually fucking, like, they don't give a shit. And honestly, that's part of the reason why they're able to get away with their grift and have so much of a protective bubble around them so well, is that we are reasonable people. We take a look at the bullshit that these right-wing grifters and assholes do, and we're like, oh, that's gross. That's gross. I can't believe they're like that. But there's a reason that they're like that. It fucking works. It's effective. So if you really want to take it to them, if you really want to try and beat these motherfuckers at their own game, at some level, you need to go and take that part of your brain that says, I am above this nasty ass shit, and you need to shut it the fuck up. And you need to just be like, you know what? Fuck it. They do it. I'm going to do it. That's literally the only way that this works. And it sucks. You'll probably feel kind of gnarly doing some of this shit, but facts are facts. It's effective for them. Which really means it's equally effective for the other team. So
on our side, it doesn't happen. On our side, people just use things, and we need to get better at that among our side. Like, in the chat, they asked, have you outreached with them specifically to talk about this and maybe possibly be on the show or anything like that? And I got to say, I mean, obviously, yes, please do that. But at the same time, on the right, you wouldn't have had to do that.
I have been talking. Yes, exactly. I have been talking with them for a year. I was introduced to them around the same time I started talking to Dale Buren.
Yep.
So they are well acquainted. Yeah, in the Atlantic. Well, yeah, I know. And for that Atlantic piece, I was talking to him for a full year. So 2019, I have been talking to some of the QAA guys on and off for over a full year now. And they probably thought I was crazy at first, like everybody did. And now more recently, I mean, like, it's slowly sinking in with some of these people that I'm not actually crazy. And it's gotten to the point where Frederick Brennan, Hot Wheels, is now openly adding them on Twitter and saying Kurt should be on the show, period. Yeah.
Now, we don't need to start a fight with them or anything. Like,
we don't.
We just need to, like, get to that point where on our side it doesn't require.
It's a collaborative. It's a like literally, you have to treat this thing as like everybody is in this all together as a big bubble.
Yeah.
And there are no like individual player. Like, it's a collective, just like Anonymous, so on and so forth. Like, that's how this all works. You can label the far right as the far right, and that fucking works because they are all in on the exact same fucking thing. And then you go to the far left, it's like, oh, you got the communists, you have the anarchists, you have the SJWs, you got the identity politics,
you got the communists, you've got the Leninists, the Marxists, the Maoists,
exactly.
It breaks down, there's like 700 groups.
Exactly. Like, literally, we need to all just fucking coalesce and turn into a gigantic fucking bubble that is all just self-reinforcing. And when we do that, there's more of us than there are of them. They just have their strategy down. You fucking do that exact same shit and steamroll them. That's literally the only way that we're going to literally shut them all up.
Well, so on the chat, Dr. Abinway here says it's almost like they're practicing a system of communal sharing of profits.
Yes, that too. The far right, they also have all the fucking money too. Like we're all like,
it's just it's just funny. I
is.
think it's hilarious that they're so much better at the communal work, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the communal. No, sorry, it's not communal work. It's communal profiting off of the labor of others.
Grift.
Yes,
Yeah.
the communal grift.
Yeah.
Our version of
it's
communal
because
stuff
it's
is
structured
profitable.
very hierarchically in a very hierarchy-centered society.
Workers of the world, unite!
Yeah. So like, the grift on the right is so strong and so well built out that it's so easy to do. And one of the problems I've had for the last few years is fighting off the idea that I could create a sock puppet and go over there and just make my living grifting them. But it is kept. I've kept myself ethically clean from that.
It's so easy, but you would feel like absolute and utter shit doing it if you ever got your grift uncovered. Like you're never going to hear the end of it for the rest of your life.
Things I have to apologize for, which is many.
There's a worse possibility than like getting exposed too. It could take on a life of its own. You could say something, and it could be the next QAnon, and suddenly you have no control over it anymore.
Yeah. So there's a good example of this. Ian Miles Cheong, known far-right shitbag. So the first times I started interacting with that sad sack of shit, he was a far left, like visibly the persona that he portrayed was far left. He was on the side of the SJW cabal during the start of Gamergate. And then we all discovered that he was kind of a shithead and a huge grifter and so on and so forth. And he ripped off, he basically tore off that facade and swung far. Like this was a 6-month process of him being left and then him being like, Hitler did nothing wrong. Like it was that level of absurdity. So it's not like these absurd shifts haven't happened before in amazing fashion. And a lot of people don't seem to realize that Ian Miles Cheong did have his start like that. It's been quite the metamorphosis.
And of course, he sits there in Malaysia, attacking all of our politics here and the people interacting and talking like a maggot and talking about all the protests, all while being on the other side of the world, acting like he lives in like fucking Georgia or something. Like
that sounds familiar. I mean, like Ron Watkins, he's a resident of Japan. I don't know what the fuck he's doing talking about being an American patriot when he doesn't even live there.
In terms of lumens here, calling Gregg the Grifter Housh there. The only grift I've got is subscribe to the channel. That's how I eat dinner.
Hit that subscribe button. Hit that follow button. Do all the shit. Yes.
Oh shit! You just got called out for being Canadian.
I am Canadian. I am a foreign threat actor, and I'm here to undermine the politics of the United States of America.
Yeah, see, he's honest about
Canada.
it. So
at least he's open.
Yeah,
he's open about it.
He's honest about it. Now tell me, do you know French? Like, can you speak it fluently?
Go fuck yourself.
So we're dealing with all of these far right people who are so well organized in terms of how the grift actually works. Thanks for that sub there. What was it? Burdam with the gift sub. Love it. Thank you. But they're so good at the grift that they share the wealth in terms of like how they do it. Everyone who shares something that they think their followers would like, which only makes them better, right? Only makes their following stronger. All of that just it builds on itself, and so you end up with people like what kills me right now is you look at the podcast charts. Look at the trending charts for podcasts. The number 2 listened to podcast on this fucking planet. Are you ready for it, Kurt?
I don't think I am.
Ben Shapiro.
God fuck! God damn it, motherfucker! That fucking midget piece of shit! God fuck!
Yeah, that's pretty much the response everyone should have.
As is obligatory, anytime Ben Shapiro is mentioned, we have to bring up Cody's Shody's episode. Perhaps Ben Shapiro should not be taken seriously by anyone ever.
Yes.
Which
yes,
if you haven't
Cheto,
seen, you should go watch.
I not only watched it, I watched it being filmed from set.
Nice.
Mr.
That
Robot
is
was
a
a lot of fun.
fantastic one.
Yeah, no, so he's just set. He is just like, there he goes, right? And the grift is so strong, but on our side we don't have a lot of that. I mean, we get like QAA, right? And that's great, but like what's interesting about our side specifically is we don't have general punditry of our types who get there. Like for QAA, it is unbelievably targeted. It has a thing and it talks about that thing,
Yes.
Whereas like Ben Shapiro can talk about anything right wing he wants, and so can like Charlie Kirk and all them. Like, and I really think we need to find ways to have people on the left, similar to us, lifting each other up in a way that doesn't that works like theirs, but isn't a grift, because like we're trying to tell them, I don't know, truthful things, and I don't know, it's it kills me. But yeah, so QAA, I do love them. I do think they're doing great work. I just think, Kurt should definitely actually be named on there for the stuff he's done. And I think they should bring him on personally.
Especially after the Bellingcat piece goes live. Like, they need to stop avoiding me. Basically. Yeah. I don't know why they're doing it, but they need to stop. Because our interests are aligned. And I'm also a very fun guest.
You are.
As we have already learned.
Absolutely. You are very good at screaming into the microphone, and that is what the people want.
Ah!
I mean, Alex Jones got successful somehow.
Right? Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah.
Chemicals in the water are making the right gay!
I mean, there are so many right-wingers like that, too, that I am actually in contact with, because they keep reaching out trying to get me to, like, come on their stupid shows over the years. And I wouldn't do it because it's kind of like the reverse version of platforming, right? And,
yes.
I'm not going on some of them, so I'm also not having them on mine, but I could. And the thing is like, let's say I brought one of them on this, little show here. I would, like, let them say one word, mute them, and then have us all yell at them until they hung up. But I still think that we would get treated like shit because we platformed them. Even though that's how we treated them.
We would. I mean, it's like, no, you don't understand. We're fucking dunking on the motherfucker. Like literally, just because they're present and their name is there does not mean that we are there supporting them. Cut that shit the fuck out. This is literally one
step. Is a strong argument if you let them talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is one step.
Them. You prank call them.
Yeah.
It's one step removed from concern trolling. Don't be that guy.
Oh, another gift sub there. Thank you, Jeremy Wickwormy. Yeah, definitely. It's some strange form of kink shaming, because I want them to come over here so I can fuck with them. But we'll see. Maybe we find a way around some of that. Let's talk about Project Veritas, because they are an interesting group of people, and by interesting I mean scumbags. And I bring them up because you also asked on Twitter the exact same question I asked: how are these motherfuckers not in jail? And like James O'Keefe, the one argument that everyone gives every time I post shit about James O'Keefe for Project Veritas being outright grifters and outright liars is they say he's never lost a lawsuit. And that's because every lawsuit he's ever been about to lose, he's settled out of court and paid off. I mean, and then they'll say he never settled, and then you post the articles to them where he settled for like $100,000 on one of them. And
exactly.
And they're like, that's fake news.
Shut the fuck up! He is fucking settled! Like, holy shit, the cognitive dissonance on these motherfuckers.
Yeah, so, like, everything they put out is edited audio, edited video, something they weren't in any way allowed to have in the first place anyways. Like, so, the biggest one was, if you look at the Acorn one, the one that kind of brought them all to, their first kind of big move. The person who got fired from Acorn because of what James O'Keefe and Project Veritas did there, James O'Keefe might not have lost in court, but he was about to, and he paid him $100,000 to drop the case.
Yeah.
He's a grifter. He's a liar. Doxy, I love you. Thanks for all of that. A bunch of gift subs coming in. People want me to eat. Oh my god,
That's wonderful.
I love food.
I love food too, and I forgot to finish ordering my fucking pizza. I should do that. I'm hungry.
Yeah, right. You ordered it, right?
No, I didn't. I'm literally sitting here like I'm talking and I'm staring. I have Pizza open right now. I'm staring at it. It's right here in front of me.
Why
like,
haven't you
hi, I'm the pizza
button?
assistant. What can I help you order? Give me food.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Order the pizza, man. But yeah, so Veritas, like, I would think that once we're really done with QAnon, in that, you know, they have eaten themselves, which I think, you know, the end goal here is no matter what you do from the outside, you can, just like Anonymous, you can never be as bad to yourself as they can be to themselves. And so I think, like, what's going to happen in the end is all the work done against them is going to lead to enough infighting that they just explode.
They're going to eat themselves alive. And that's always been my modus operandi is I go and I sow enough discord around the fringes, so on and so forth. And eventually they all just like, they shrink, their bubbles just slowly shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. They get more and more angry and furious at one another and so on and so forth. And then eventually you just squash them like a little bug. So it's like,
You know, I'll say one of the things that everyone in chat who gets bored one day and wants to go fuck with them should do is create socks. And then the best thing you can do with your socks is not to yell at them, not to put other conspiracy theories out there. The best thing you can do with a QAnon sock is to say something along the lines of, why did Q lie to me? I've believed this for so long. And Trump lost? What? And I think when you start sowing that level of disbelief in their leader, they go nuts.
Yeah, they lose their shit on that.
Yes,
that is the way to troll Q. So if you ever want to have fun with them, please go have fun with them that way. But somebody asked if I prefer marijuana or dabbing. I'm using this little pen right here. Like marijuana technology now is amazing. You just go and you get one of these things.
Mm-hmm. You don't even got to do a shit. You just like literally you put it to your mouth and you inhale, and you don't even need brain cells to make it work. It's crazy.
It is crazy. So we've got a ton of other, let's call them targets out there who are just horrible actors on the right who are feeding off of the carcasses of things that were built in the past. You know, I don't think people like Veritas, people like Kirk or Shapiro or any of the others really get as large of a following without the alt-right and the Proud Boy types also, you know, existing.
Yes.
You know, and so there's a laundry list of them. I would love to, at some point, have an understanding of picking the next targets. Because, man, it's just like they're all just there and waiting for it. And asking for it. Every one of them.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, you have James O'Keefe. You have Louise Mensch. You have Jack Posobiec. You have Ian Miles Chung. You have, like, literally, you have Andy No. You have all of these motherfuckers. Literally, like, you just destroy them. One piece at a time. We have no shortage of motherfuckers to go and ruin. Just saying.
With that said, you know what that really says to me is we got a lot of shit coming for the next few years. This is not the next couple of weeks. Don't expect this to end.
No.
We're gonna have fun. But
if you're a disinformation merchant and you're pushing a whole bunch of bullshit, my eyes are gonna get on you. You're gonna have a bad fucking time. You're on the list. So to quote somebody that people say that I resemble, Chris Jericho, professional wrestler. You've been added to the list.
I love it. Oh my god. So here's what I want to do, chat. Because he keeps not doing it, I'm gonna pause the stream for 1 minute. So he can actually order his pizza and get that done, and I can go use the restroom real quick.
Please, thank you. I'm hungry.
So here we go with a little pause. We'll be right back as soon as he's actually done it, all right? All right, everyone. Kurt is back with us. So the chat during that, by the way, Kurt, which you weren't following because you were trying to order pizza there, was wondering if you were, penetrating their network to get the pizza for free. Were you just taking control of their ovens remotely? What was indeed taking so long? This is the news the chat wants to know.
Yes. So being an internet criminal baron, I was very clearly I was hacking their Gibson and going and getting into their pizza ovens, and like literally I formed a pizza in reality inside the oven. And I'm gonna take control of the mind of the delivery driver, and they're just gonna walk in there, take the pizza. They're probably gonna be fucked up and just grab the pizza out of the oven with a bare hand and burn it. So that should be really funny. But no, serious answer. Pizza does not allow you to have more than 3 payment options added to your account at any given time. And it took me a few moments to notice that every time I clicked submit order, it was taking my credit card details and not saving them.
I like how he says my credit card details.
Yes.
The credit card details he provided. There
you go.
Okay, I'm not a fraudster. I'm one of those black hats.
He's not.
I'm not a fraudster. I'm not a fraudster. These are all jokes. There's one thing when you're ripping off. There's one thing when you're ripping off mega corporations, and there's another thing when you're ripping off old ladies and making their lives hell. So please do not make old ladies' lives hell.
And that's an interesting disconnect there, because people on the right, for the most part, do all of like the old people scams, and people on the left do most of the get money out of corporation scams. Like,
wow,
I
it's
like
almost
my side
like
a little better.
I know, right? Like, fuck the 1%ers any way you can, but do not fuck the common folk.
Well, the Gibson reference there is in your head because you posted that thing about the all the Polaroids from the set of Hackers.
Yeah, when I was looking for Parler, I was like, I was looking around. Yeah.
One of the funniest things that happened on I worked on House of Cards, and I was there working with the hacker character and getting kind of like all of his verbiage down, his wording, his understanding of things, and the questions that he would ask were things like, what part do I stress? Is it black hat? Is it black hat? I was like, no, it's just flat. You say it like it's a word. Black hat. And like but during
the H is almost silent. You're just like black hat.
But as we're doing it, this guy walks over who I didn't even know who he was on set, and it turns out he's just like one of the 50 producers that like every show has, right? And
yes.
He walks over to me and says, "Hey, Greg, I want to talk to you for a second," and waves me over, right? And so we walk a few feet away, and he says, "Hey," I know that's kind of cool. He says, "Hey, I worked on Hackers." And I was like, "Oh yeah, what'd you do on Hackers? Like, what do you know? Like, were you one of the consultants or something? Were you a producer?" And he was like, "No, I was the guy they brought in to teach all the actors how to rollerblade for the New York rollerblading scene." And I'm like, "Oh, well then. I guess that's a
thing.
Aren't
wow,
you?"
Yeah.
But he wanted to make sure that I knew that his rollerblade skills are what made that movie. And
I'm sorry. No. Okay.
If you're gonna be proud of one moment of your career, that's you could do worse.
So Hackers has had a bell curve of like being incredibly dated to being incredibly not dated.
Right.
The number one forefront thing is the whole like fetishism of risk. And risk technology, because we are in an age where ARM-based platforms are essentially dominating. So yes, risk is good. Risk is going to change everything.
And she says that risk is going to change everything while she's standing over him at her laptop in the dark as he's talking about her 28.8 BPS modem. And the refresh rate on that horrible screen.
Okay, listen. After the nuclear apocalypse, after all of this shit fucking has turned into a completely inescapable nightmare, and the bombs have dropped, and we are finally back in an era of going and laying our own copper wires and having 28.8 BPS modems that we have salvaged from the nuclear wreckage. That will also still be relevant.
Hey, no, I'm going to be digging for those 56K modems, man.
I got a box full of V92s over in the other room here. I am fucking ready.
You know what the best thing about being a criminal in the mid-90s was? Well, all my friends were fighting with how the hell do I get like the latest 56K modem? I was like, what are you doing sitting on my dual ISDN lines? Oh my god.
Oh man.
It's like my only flex from like the mid-90s was like they were sitting there trying to fight with dial-up that kept getting disconnected when people in their house was, making phone calls. And I'm like, I don't understand. What are you talking about? It hangs up.
My dad. So he worked at an ISP for a time. So back when I had I had a second phone line. Our apartment, we had 2 phone lines. One of them was in my bedroom. So I had a dedicated phone line just for my internet, which was free because my dad worked for an ISP. Sometimes I would go with him to work and I would literally bring a fucking box and then literally just give me 5 seconds here. I'm not even kidding you.
Oh no.
I would literally bring a giant motherfucking case of goddamn floppy disks. And yes, this is one of those cases. I would bring this son of a bitch with me to the ISP office down over at the Toronto Star Building, over by 151 Front Street. Which, if you know co-location, the Canadian POPIX is, that's a major location. So I would literally be down there downtown at the central nexus of Canada's internet connections, and I would just be going and downloading all the literally just stuffing floppy, and just filling those motherfuckers up. Then after that, my dad worked at then my dad worked at another company that had a dual ISDN line there at work. So right. I'm glad that was around the point where I started really just being an asshole on IRC.
Of course.
So I was in a place where I could just be a dickbag, and there's somebody going talking shit. I would just go open up command prompt, just be like ping, aha, fucker. And this was at a point where you could literally knock somebody off of IRC just from your command prompt with a single ping command.
Just a ping flood. Yeah, I mean, it
was just a simple ass ping flood. No tools, literally just Windows ass basics.
So hold up the discs for a second again.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Everyone in the chat, join with me in, praying to whatever God you have that's the only thing from that long ago that he still has. Because I think we might need to bring him onto Hoarders. Do they still do that TV show?
I have 5.25-inch floppies and a whole bunch of Apple II equipment over in the other room. So don't even.
Why do you still have all of that?
Because it's it's memories and stuff, and also I'm one of those people that is a preservationist and a historian.
When I move, I do my best to throw as much of my stuff away as possible. Like, if I could move with like 2 boxes, I would. It never seems to work out because I live with other people who then want their 20 boxes to still come. But every time I move, especially like when I moved from Chicago to Boston, it was, I filled the U-Haul because I brought my sofa. But other than that, there were 3 boxes back there and my bike. And that was it. Like, I get rid of everything on the move because, like, I don't understand keeping that much stuff around. And then when I live somewhere, like, it just stacks up everywhere. And that,
Yeah. I mean, shit, I got a fucking floppy here that's, like, literally, like, personal COBOL. Like, what the fuck? God. Here, I have Microsoft Windows NT Workstation 1 to 2 CPU edition setup disks. Like nice. Seriously, I got some real shit here. The Microsoft MS-DOS 6.2 step-up upgrade for DOS 5.0.
Okay, now 6.22 was some good shit. That source code was really clean. I was surprised.
32-bit assembler compiler. I got some real stuff. I got Commander Keen. I got Doom. I got all the fucking hits.
All the fun stuff. Oh, do you still game? Do you game at all? Do you play?
I do. I haven't had time. I have been waging internet war. I have not had time. Gaming is literally my number one forefront passion, I need to start.
We have to do a stream where we play like COD or something that like we can like co-op.
Yes, and I will point it out here. I don't have this green screen and all this shit. Just for this, like literally, like I was doing some gaming ass shit on Twitch a couple years ago, and then things got busy. And
stuff happens.
I need an outlet. I need to go and I need to go and kill shit. And
all right, so I think barring anything crazy, right, just absolutely nuts happening.
Yes.
Next week, I have a friend here local to me who does a game Twitch where we can join in, and we should maybe see about all three of us playing and killing some Nazi zombies or something.
I would be very into that.
Like to hear you specifically killing Nazi zombies.
Yes.
So let's try and plan on that one. I'll figure out on this end what that looks like. But yeah, do you like? So I had a list of things I wanted to kind of talk about, and we kind of got through most of that. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about?
Well, okay. So we didn't really go over the Parlor situation last week. I mean, we mentioned it in passing. So
let's go.
Okay, so timeline of events. About 3 weeks ago, I was trolling Ron Watkins on Parlor. We figured out that their verification system was a complete and utter bullshit lie, and that once you're verified, you can change your username, so on and so forth. I'm gonna make little pointers here anytime with something that should be paid attention to. In this case, you should pay attention to the fact that they have been on record saying that they have implemented a solution to this verification hole. And reporters that I am working with right now, as of yesterday, have told me that it is straight up bullshit. And you can still change your username on Parlor with a gold badge, and you do not lose your gold badge. So they are straight up lying to the mainstream media about fixing these problems. They're not really painting themselves a good picture here. So going on, so on and so forth. I'm like, okay, Parlor's a fucking joke. I'm going to take a little bit more of a closer look. And in doing so, I eventually found my way to the news.parlor.com subdomain. Like there was a CNAME record set for that. And in doing additional research on that domain, I found that there was a mailing list system that was deeply integrated with Parlor itself. And when I say deeply integrated, I mean that regardless of whether or not you were subscribed to a newsletter within this system, a determined individual could take that Amazon S3 bucket and peruse it and go and find your current existing user avatar, which means that Parlor as a platform was doing some third-party data sharing that they were not properly disclosing, that they claim that they do not do. And that is an additional piece of this overall narrative of them being a complete and utter sack of shit. So I managed to eventually enumerate and track down a backup of it's plain. I don't know what it is. I'm looking around. I find it's a bank. And then somebody goes and puts in a piece of paper and it spits out a whole bunch of money. And I'm not okay. Dated. Yeah. And there's another. Yeah. I looking around. I find that it is
across state borders.
You get the FBI on you, man. Joey.
Good.
Anyway, so I'm looking around, and it's a MongoDB database that I pull a backup of, named news.parlor.com. It's pretty obvious, pretty plain on its face. And it's pretty clear that it is not a global database. There's like this master application thing.
As you go on here, being MongoDB and these people's skill levels, it of course was the default install of MongoDB, which comes with no username and password, making it not a CFAA violation because you didn't bypass any authentication because there was none.
Yeah, no, I didn't even find the MongoDB instance itself. Like, I literally found a tarball. I found a fucking tarball.
Well, just to say it to anyone watching, all of that company's and the related companies' sites feed into MongoDBs. Every one of them are wide open. And I don't know, you can find them all on Shodan.
Yeah, some of them involve voter demographic data.
Yeah.
Just want to throw that one out there. So I pull the data, and we're going over it. I'm kind of incredulous. I'm like, there's no fucking way. Like literally, what I have here, this doesn't even make sense. So I hit up some people that I'm acquainted with. They are respected peers in the infosec space. So I go to them and I share my findings with them, and they reproduce it themselves. They validate, oh hey, no, you're not full of shit. This is here. And then they start working with me on some analysis of it. And we find that inside this Parlor database, inside the subfolder news.parlor.com/backups/news.parlor.com, blah, 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 tar.gz. So there's no fucking way that it was not Parlor involved. We find that there's data in there from 2015. Parlor isn't even remotely that old. So that's kind of weird. And we look a little bit deeper and find that it is, in fact, Washington Examiner vertical subscription data. So Washington Examiner is a far-right rag, one of many. And this is immediately suspect on its face. So we continue looking and digging and searching through the data, and there's a lot of data that needed to be deduped. There were 8.7 million records in it to begin with. And once we did a little bit of filtering and sorting on it, we found that there were close to 20 individual far right publications within that Parlor database backup, with the endpoints of it being specifically Parlor's user data. This bucket also contained up-to-date Parlor profile information, so their profile pictures and so on and so forth. Given the facts that it is being funded by the Mercer family, the very recent social network related drama with Cambridge Analytica, and everything that we have discovered involved with Parlor specifically, and this complete and flagrant lack of security of Parlor user data. And when we're talking about this shit here, there was email addresses, there were zip codes, there were IP addresses, timestamps. So you can essentially target very specific, very highly targeted to verticals user data. And there were some pretty serious emails in there. Like there are politicians, there are far right, like people that are known individuals within the far right in the U.S. government or adjacent, all of Donald Trump's bubble. Like this isn't some low key ass shit. So we're finding all of this user data. It's all within Parlor itself. There's no reason for it to be there. And all they're doing is deny. Oh, well, it was the vendor. Oh, it has nothing to do with us. Oh, so on and so forth. But, we're not stupid and we followed the money. And this is looking like it's more of a nuanced influence operation behind the scenes than they want to portray. In fact, I will share this with you. We actually found a training video from the company, from that third-party vendor. We found a training video. And in that training video, they basically go over how they target people within their overall bubble of this mass system. They target people by political interest and like how far of a slant they are. And an amusing thing is in that training video, the guy forgets the username and password, so the supervisor that is there in the video literally resets for him, and you can see the username and fucking password. They literally have it there on the fucking video. So we pulled that. There's literally no way that they can explain themselves out of this fucking mess. And realistically, when you add up all of these facts, we are right now looking at round 2 of the Cambridge Analytica scandal. And that's a lot.
It is.
That is a lot to fucking look at. That was 2 years ago, and we're still seeing repercussions of it today. So I have, in essence, essentially, accidentally, in the process of trying Ron Watkins, stumbled into the continuation of Cambridge Analytica. And that's funny. That's funny as fuck.
It really is, especially because Parler specifically are really clear with their users about the fact that they don't do any of this.
They collect your driver's license. If you want to verify, they collect this. You have to hold up your driver's license and you have to slowly blink. And they also take your social security number. Can you trust an organization like that is clearly not paying attention to the third-party vendors and also have data that they should not have access to in the first place that predates them by 3 years? They are not trustable. They are an unreliable narrator of their own security policies. And there is a follow-up piece that is coming in Business Insider right now that is going to be hitting them very hard on many of these points. And you should look forward to it. And I will say that the Mercer family and the CEO of Parler are not going to be liking me very much.
And again, judge people by their enemies. However strong your enemies is a good judgment of how much work you are doing out there. And those are good enemies to have.
Exactly. They're the best enemies to have.
So, someone in the chat there, Souls4444,
very good friend of mine,
asked a question, and the question was way up here. Hey, Cottle, some people think that the lack of centralized communication is a big problem for anoms at the moment. Things could be much faster if they had that. What do you think? And then Sparto, of course, comes in. I believe that's how you pronounce that. That's how it's written.
Yes.
Says, I think so too, but it's hard to verify. And then down a little lower, one of the, most correct points was made by Talking Fipos, that the whole idea is that there's no in and out, and that people do and people who can't echo. And, it's a very kind of apt way to describe it, but I wanted to, talk about that a little because I hear that all the time. For the last decade, people have asked, where do I go to talk to Anonymous? And I'm like, wherever you are, if you say you are anonymous.
Yes. So it is, of course, it is more nuanced. It's more nuanced and more detailed than that. Yes. Realistically speaking, so anybody that's watching this right now probably has an idea of the concept that Anonymous is, in at least in the public view, a decentralized collective where there is no central authority and so on and so forth. That's an argument that you can have with me until the end of days, but that's not the point right now. Yep. So the last time, I'm going to say this with a warning. The last time there was a quote-unquote central authority of communications lines within Anonymous, that would probably be AnonOps. AnonOps is an IRC network. It still exists today, so on and so forth. But
we end up with a bunch of people in prison, a bunch of other people, the PayPal 14 awaiting trial,
yes,
making a settlement. We end up with a lot of damage from that.
Yes, exactly. So what I would like to say is that I wish that there could be we could literally build our own social network, or we could literally build our own chat framework, or so on and so forth. But the fact of the matter is, if you build it, they will come. I have my own machinations in place. I have my own chat systems and stuff that as people we get within a trusted circle, I'm just like, okay, come here. All right, come on. And that is the case for a lot of people, a lot of groups, a lot of cells, so on and so forth. If you build it, they will come. And by they, I mean people, and I mean feds. So there really is not a way to safely have a centralized space to do anything if it's if it's legal, if it's illegal, if it's activist work. If you so much as call yourself an anarchist openly, you are immediately within the most surveilled segment of the U.S. population. That's something that a lot of people don't realize. So at some level, there's no escaping that level of insecurity. And this is a really tough conversation to have. I don't know how to. I don't know how to end cap this off. It's like trusting people. Obviously,
well,
trust is the weakness.
This is the point. You have to trust the people that you invite in. And so you talked about the if you build it, they will come, right? And I'm going to mention something not by name, not people, not anything other than me and you, because I feel safe doing that. We're in a chat somewhere that we would prefer the feds not be in. And about a week ago, one of the people in that chat's phone ended up being confiscated by a probation officer, and that ended up...
My pizza is here.
Yep. So
you can continue talking because we know the situation.
Yeah. And the phone ended up in the hands of the DOJ, and it was unlocked. Now, what's interesting about this is the person who was in the chat had actually left the chat before this, but the chat system we were on, Signal, has a bug. And if someone leaves the chat and then comes back in using the old client, it will randomly bring in other people who had left the chat. So, like, someone left, came back in, and then it also, just on its own, Signal brought in this third party who had left knowing that, things were getting rough for them. And so, out of nowhere, a phone that we know now belongs to the DOJ is sitting in our chat. So we instantly close down, move to another location, and get out. But, like, having a central place, even stuff like that can happen. You don't have to be sitting there and have an actual person working with them or anything to be violated. Like, it can be down to the protocol being broken. It can be the company giving you up. It can be literally as dumb as a probation violation leading to an unlocked phone getting into the hands of the officer before the person can lock it. And then they've got these devices, they'll stick it in, that'll keep it powered up, keep it unlocked. And then, they turn off all the locking and all that because they don't need it, your password or anything for that anymore. And you just end up with, these situations. Luckily, we knew what had happened very quickly, and we had disappearing messages on. So they had like all of an hour's worth of chat, and that chat was nothing. I mean, it was us joking around about a couple tweets we had just seen. So it was not important. A couple days earlier, they might have found gold, but luckily that didn't happen. So it's important not to centralize yourself, and that's part of the build of Anonymous, right? The idea was that anyone could be anonymous, anyone could claim to be anonymous, and they were simply by claiming it, which meant that 2011, 2012, even into 2013, when a bunch of people started going to prison who were very central in the cause, if you will, like, it didn't stop it existing. It didn't take away any leadership because there wasn't any. And so centralizing is a real problem. You've got to let people build their own cells out. And it's just, it's the way it has to work.
Yeah, I realize it's a very dangerous comparison to make, but in terms of the fact that you are pissing off powerful people and the sort of exposure that these, the sort of dangers that these networks are exposed to, I think it's important to sort of look at and learn from what other types of organizations that have faced similar hazards are.
Told you I was hungry!
While they're a very different sort of organization, the reason that like resistance movements have adopted the cell structure is because it's very damage resistant. It's also why the internet uses the networking protocols and cell-based technologies that it does.
Yes, BGP routes.
It's damage. So we have to kind of adopt that same mentality of these damage tolerant structures.
It really is, so I mean, I think that's a relatively strong answer to why there's no centralization. What you end up with, though, is like at the beginning of Chanology, not the very beginning, because, again, we were kind of screwing with them for a couple months, but when it exploded in January 2008, we had a little private channel, and it was named Marble Cake. And I don't know.
Yes.
If you
Marble
watch,
Cake, also the game.
Yes, if you watch,
Yes.
if you watch Mr. Robot, you'll see a thing where on his phone it actually says Marble Cake, the game there, and that was just a little Easter egg I put in there. But yeah, it was. I thought it was funny. But we had this chat, and just the name was Marble Cake, and in there were, depending on what day it was, anywhere from 10 people up to about 25, and they were all trusted. We all knew each other quite well by that point. I mean, it was crazy. But what we had was a very closed channel where we weren't telling the world we existed. None of the other Anons knew we existed. And we had put up this video that had, it was growing. It was 1 million views on YouTube and fast. And we had a bunch of people paying attention to us and wanting to understand who was behind it.
Okay. I got sent that link. First hour is uploaded. I was not happy. There was some discourse. I'll tell you that much. I was like,
yeah.
Who the fuck made this fucking thing? What the fuck is going?
I thought it was awesome.
It was.
But the thing that happened, though, and this is kind of key to it, even with like Anons, the infighting is strong. And back then it was like Anonymous versus Anonymous was fight number 1. Anonymous versus its other enemies was fight number 2. Like, first up was all the Anons
Sometimes
I was going
number 3.
fuck with, and then I'll go after the actual enemy. So when we released that, it had this little private chat where we were then working on organizing the next protest. One of the things we had to do was push really hard on the idea that Anonymous wasn't a centralized thing, that you weren't all being talked to by one small group of leaders. All the while, there were like 10 of us in a chat putting out videos getting millions of views that were getting way more views than like anything else related to the word at that point. And
basically, it was a whole lot of bullshit to keep everybody's ass out of prison.
It was, but it was a self-fulfilling prophecy, because what we wanted to push was the idea that this was true. And in terms of like the actual idea itself, it was because we hadn't existed as a group of people calling ourselves Anon a month before. So it had been, kind of a thing where we were proving the point, but at the same time, we also became this centralized space. And the thing that happened was people like Kurt, who were angry at what we had done. I think you also found it funny, but you also were
I
like,
did,
who the fuck?
but I was also like you have to understand, being the position I was in, I was scared shitless.
Yeah, to
say the least.
The amount of attention that we brought was like stupid. Like, it was like, holy shit amounts of attention. So we got infiltrated, and not out of any, like, our own fault way, but we were on a server being run by Anons. And so they literally just, like, force-joined people into our invite-only channel. And they knew we were doing it because we were the ones who were also controlling, like, the main channel, Xenu, because this was the fight against Scientology. And so all the people running the server we were on knew that those fuckers made that video. And
Sparto in the chat. She is known for specifically after the march protests. She was given admin privileges on 7-Eleven Chan, and she took it upon herself to go and destroy /Xenu.
Yeah. Well done.
So,
well done.
I mean, yeah, it kind of, that was at the point where a lot of us were like, oh shit, what is happening? Oh no, this guy stopped. This guy, no, abort. Yes. Okay. She's. If you have any questions about Chanology shit, she's right there.
But yeah, so we got people force-joined in to ask us questions about what we thought we were doing. And again, it was because there was kind of a centralized place where the majority of the action was currently taking place. And a user going by the wonderful, my favorite anonymous handle of all time, Take Anon Me, got in the channel and logged a bunch of stuff for a few days and then posted it out there. I got somehow spared by the wrath while everyone else got dragged. So if you look at the logs, which you can still find out there, you'll even see Taken On Me apologizing for doing this to Gregg. And then telling everyone to go after all of the others, though. And it was something to do with the fact that the channel was actually producing good output. He was just mad that there was like a centralized structure, right? And but since like under I don't know, like my control, like we had done some cool shit. He was like, that guy's okay as long we want him to stick around because we want some more cool shit, but fuck everyone else who enabled it. And it was the craziest few weeks of my life as half of Anonymous came for me. At the same time that Scientology
I just aired to my displeasure. I was completely out of it. I was just like, they made a mistake. I'm not happy. And at that point, things were operating in such a way where if I aired my displeasure at something, it generally meant disaster for it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
We only talked during that week once, and it was when you were telling the Party Van people, along with a couple other people, to remove us from Party Van, which was the IRC chat we were on way back then. And for some reason, they were saying no. I still don't, to this day, know why they kept us on. We caused them more trouble than anyone running an IRC at that point should have put up with.
Because their ego got in the way. They were like, "Oh shit, we're doing something big," and
Ricky was getting views.
Yeah, I mean, realistically speaking, it did eventually lead to the whole Party Van network basically imploding. So.
Yeah, but on themselves. I mean, the
exactly.
infighting was strong with that group.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know, but all of that, the infighting, the destruction of our channel, the outing of a bunch of people who had a central role in some piece of it was all kind of due to the fact that there was a centralization. And then when you look at like the later big thing that happened, Stilky, the Party Van is what visits you when you've done something wrong and gotten caught, but they just haven't put the cuffs on you yet. Yeah. It has nice, pretty blue and red lights on top of it, and you don't want it to show up at your house. But the murder vans. But so like the centralization that happened next was really around Anonops after the HB Gary hack, which led to the creation of LulzSec and a few other kind of offshoot groups that were still all right in the same place. And that re-centralization after a couple years of decentralizing it brought the Party Van right back, and everyone went to jail. So
yes,
I'm going to kind of tie this one off with the idea that I completely understand the way you're thinking when you think about centralization as a way to provide more structure, which a lot of humans just need. It's part of how we operate. But every time
when you're dealing with the government as feds, as adversaries, centralization is going to be your Achilles heel, and that's unfortunate.
Every time it's going to lead to disaster. It's going to be one of 100 things. You're never going to know which way it's coming from. It's going to be a device that fell into the wrong hands. It's going to be someone in the chat deciding they don't like someone else in the chat, logging everything and leaking it. It's going to be the feds infiltrating the chat. It's going to be someone getting a visit who then just lets them sit at their computer, which happened in one of the Anonops chats. It's that stuff is bad.
It is. And the thing with IRC is that it's basically a multiplayer notepad with no backspace. With modern platforms, you have the ability to delete messages, so on and so forth. So I actually annoy a lot of people because I have a regular habit of saying something, waiting for eyeballs that I know that are there to see it, and then deleting it. And they get pissed off at me. Like, why are you constantly fucking deleting things? I'm like, yo, there's a good fucking reason I'm deleting half the shit I'm saying. These are habits that I encourage a lot of fucking people to have. Do not let shit just sit around. If you say something and it's sensitive and the other party has seen it, nuke that shit.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of the way. Like,
and use
just
disappearing messages if you're on a chat system that allows it. Don't use Telegram, as it has been broken multiple times.
Yes.
If you want
no Wicker either.
Yeah, no Wicker. It has also been broken. If you want to, the chats that most of the people I know are using right now are things like Matrix and things like Wire and things like Signal. Although I do have definite upcoming issues with, Signal at this point with, I don't know. I mean, I like Moxie, like, he's always fun at DEF CON and whatnot, but now he's going on Joe Rogan, and that bothers me.
People are pushing me to go on Joe Rogan. I'm probably going to do it at some point. It's going to be funny.
I was asked by one of the showrunners to do it a couple years ago, and I had one very simple ask. I think it was a fair ask. Not that I was a get or anything. He's, having like Bernie Sanders on the show. Like, who am I?
Yeah.
But like my ask was really easy. For some of you out there, I'm an old fart. So a lot of you aren't going to remember this, but he started off as just an actor. Joe Rogan did. And he was in a show in the 90s called News Radio, which was just a sitcom. And he played an idiot electrician who was like the handyman of an entire like skyscraper in New York. And he was just the dumbest freaking person on the show. And he was quite hilarious. I actually loved his character. It was funny as hell. So I asked them when they asked me to be on the show, I told them I would do it if he came dressed up as that character and stayed in character, and I would leave the second he broke character. And they said no.
Oh my God. One, I mean, that's a completely reasonable ask. And two, what the fuck?
That show was awesome.
If I go on Joe Rogan, I guarantee that I'm just gonna bring it really fucking high, and I'm gonna constantly bring up Quake. So he's just gonna do nothing but just talk about Quake half the damn show.
The chat is asking you to say things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna scroll up here. Let's see. What does Edward Snowden is a fucking hero?
The response I was expecting. Vassar, the best thing that ever happened to Andy Dick was the SNL guy, John. What was his name? The short, chubby guy.
Andy Dick? Are you talking about that guy that had a guest spot on Star Trek Voyager that one time?
SNL guy. But there's an old SNL cast member, John Lovitz. There you go, early 90s. Yeah, so I know a lot of you will like Andy Dick is this horrible human being, but he's the reason that Phil Hartman, also from News Radio, is dead. Because Andy Dick gave the recovering schizophrenic wife of Phil Hartman cocaine, which was the thing that always set her brain off. And right after giving it to her, she goes home and kills her husband, Phil Hartman, the SNL cast member. So John Lovitz, the guy from Saturday Night Live who was best friends, there's a video, and you can still find this online if you search for it. You will find a video of him running into Andy Dick weeks later in a bar, like at a comedy show where they were both supposed to go on. And he picks Andy Dick up sideways into the air like wrestling style and slams him down on the bar and then pounds on his head. And it is the best video I've ever seen of John Lovitz, because I'm not a big fan of his comedy, but that was hilarious. That was the funniest thing I think he's ever done.
His name was a self-fulfilling prophecy. He is indeed a dick, and he got served.
He is. And funny enough, in like 07 or so, on one of the party van chats, we actually did dox Andy Dick and call him and fuck with him about it. I'm wondering now if one of the people who was there actually still has that recording, because we recorded the phone call, and he was like really upset, but he wouldn't hang up. He was like, "Where did you get my number? How did you get my number?" And he would not hang up, and he finally started interacting, and it was great.
Pee pee poo poo. There, I did the thing.
Good times. So hey, what else, chat? What do you want to know? I want to know about involvement in Occupy. So at Occupy, I was there on day one. I was there down in New York. I was, for months beforehand, I was dealing with press talking about it. At that point, I did randomly have access to URNon News, which I haven't for many years now. And one of the problems that we had was, looking at Occupy, I thought it was an interesting idea, but the news wasn't really covering it. And so we went out with URNon News and a few other big Anon accounts and pushed Occupy as a thing that Anonymous was supporting. And and when we did that, suddenly the New York Times is like printing about this event that's going to happen. Because they only care if it's sensationalized, right? We had learned how to like feed them a headline that they knew would get clicks, which is all they really care about. And so we
I fucking hate the media and dealing with them, by the way.
It's horrible. But so we did that in order to pump it up. And then I'm there on day one after all the pre-organizing. And we hang out for a couple days, making sure that everything's going right. There was a guy there who was an utter moron and very bad at organizing. There's a picture, if you Google, you'll find me in an orange hoodie, which you sometimes see me in on the show still. 10 years later, I love that hoodie. There's a picture of me holding a megaphone that's all covered in tape and shit. That was his. And what I did on day one at the end of the day of Occupy is I found him and I took it and I walked off and destroyed it and threw it in a garbage can so this motherfucker could stop talking with a loud voice because he was an idiot. So I did that, and then we worked at getting the rest of the world to understand that this was not just New York. Like, we sat around and a couple of us talked about the idea that the next city that goes up with, an actual city with tents and people on the ground and everything would show the rest of the world, oh, wait, we should all have one too. So we quickly got back on the bus to head back to Boston. And within a week, we had a planning meeting. We had people set up. We had a location chosen. And we were heading out to the park here in Boston and getting set up. Within a day of us announcing that we were going live, people down in Cleveland were reaching out because there was a friend of theirs who was up here and at our camp. And we actually ended up sending a couple of the people who not only were at day one in New York, but then helped us get set up in Boston to Cleveland. And by the time Cleveland was getting its Occupy up, the rest of the world was catching on, and LA was going up, and Oakland was going up, and even like Dallas was trying to do one, and that blew my mind. And it just went huge. But yeah, so we put in, I put in weeks.
Critical mass, so to speak.
Yeah, I put in weeks and weeks of effort to make sure that like we got multiple cities up and running. We still have the Occupy Boston website live, which still has all of our planning documents. It has our meeting minutes. It has all the documents about how you actually do direct democracy. It has documents on how to properly plan for direct action. It has documents on how to do a separation of concerns where your direct action team that might be doing things that would be the type that get people arrested versus all your other people aren't, can do it in a way where the rest of camp doesn't know what's happening, but the rest of the camp agrees with it. We have all those planning documents together, and they're still up for anyone who wants to go either read the history or learn how you do direct democracy and get it going again. So yeah, I was there. I had my fun. Lots of travel involved in getting that up and running. Did
I watched it from the sidelines and was like, this is gonna go horribly eventually, and well, you know.
Well, in Boston, we stayed up the longest. We were up a week after everyone else, and then everyone got to watch the video of them coming in with like literal bulldozers through the park on us. And if you find the video of the last night of Boston's Occupy where they came in and destroyed the camp, the video shot from us is from one of the big hotels there in the financial district. We're on the top floor on the corner apartment or the corner hotel room. And then we actually have me at 14th floor. I'm hanging out of the window, almost my entire body, only like that much of my feet are still in it. My legs are being held by two people who are then holding on to the bed to keep me up so I can get a straight down shot of the protest. So
holy shit!
The whole, because the room was kind of obstructed in a way where without that you were missing like half of the scene. And so I'm like in the air above like 14 stories. So when you see that like the camera view is straight down, it's because I'm hanging out.
You didn't have no selfie stick. You you are the selfie stick.
I was like out of the window. It was scary as hell, but also worth it. It was fun. So that video is still online somewhere, I'm sure.
You probably had like you were probably riding for the next 2 hours just on pure adrenaline at that point.
Dude, it was I didn't sleep for like a day and a half. Like it was whoo. That was crazy, man. Yeah, so I was there for all of that. You know, I was working some interesting work at the point where I wasn't, still barely getting by, but I could do most of it remotely, and that I was organizing like a little workforce of people who were going to your house and fixing your computer, like pre-Geek Squad. We were running a kind of Geek Squad-y thing, and I was the guy who was managing the ones going out. So I didn't have to be in any specific office. I was like, there was a web app, and it was a bunch of people calling me on the phone randomly. So I actually was able to just walk around with a tablet at Occupy and still be doing my job and putting in my hours.
That's amazing. That's always the best situation.
I don't have anything like that anymore, but back then I did, and that was awesome. It helped a lot.
Yeah.
Plus the car I had because of that job, which of course they took back the second the job was over, had commercial plates, so I could park right down at our camp in the commercial spot.
That's amazing.
Wow. Horrible.
I mean, horrible, but also amazing. I mean.
I had a lot to do. We had Pete and a few other people early on those first couple days in New York where we were getting the infrastructure up, but also getting the finances up. Like, it was surprising. A couple of you down in New York, like possibly you, Tucking Fipos there, might remember one of the craziest things about Occupy to me in New York is, to keep the camp running, it takes food, it takes heat. Even like when it was getting colder, those little bags that you put in your hand and they're hand warmers, it took all kinds of stuff that was, in the end, money. And there they are in the financial district, like the heart of the world's financial district. They're right there at Wall Street, right? And so they're fighting against everyone who works in these buildings. And they've got these little donation boxes around camp, and each one has kind of like what you might consider a guard by it, just so no one runs up and grabs the thing and runs off with it. And randomly, you would see someone who definitely worked in one of those buildings kind of looking around like nobody that knows me sees me, and they'd walk by and drop $100 bill in there and walk off like they were never near it and try and hide the fact that they had just done that. And so like every day, like one or two like $100 bills would appear in the thing, and you would even, if you were keen on it, you could watch that guy walk like around the corner a couple times and then come back around the corner and go in his office building. And you were like, he knows that we're fighting against him, right? Like, it was crazy.
I mean, hey, some people agree with it, and they've gotten settled into the whole capitalist routine, and they see something they agree with, but they also don't want to be publicly labeled and shamed and possibly lose their job, and that's a tricky point.
It is.
And you know what? And God bless every single one of those motherfuckers that went and did that shit.
Right.
Even if they did spin around the block like 3 or 4 or 5 times, like that's not even something to be laughed at. That's something to be applauded.
I definitely I don't know if they were the ones that donated, but I definitely talked to some of the people that walked through from the financial district, and some of them were like, yeah, no, I think you guys are doing the right thing. So. We
had a speaker in Boston. We had many people who took the mic, like every day we had the mic. Mic check was like an every couple hour event at the Boston one. But we had a guy who was quite elegant among all the others. And he worked in one of those buildings right there. And what was funny is he would come to camp in the morning dressed like us, like in his normal dress too. This was how he really dressed. But he would always have in his backpack like a really nice like tailored suit. And then he would go off to his office building, go into the restroom, change into his suit, and then go upstairs to his job. And then because he didn't want to scare any of the lefties, he would change back into his normal clothes before he came out of the building and then walk back over to camp after work. So that was always interesting to me. In the chat, we have a couple things for you. One says, what's the most shocking thing you found in the Parlor hack? And when, of course, are you releasing? Now, a lot of that's coming out in the Bellingcat and in the Business Insider stuff that's coming out.
No. Okay. Bellingcat has nothing to do with the Parlor. So I'm literally I have a lot of shit. I have a lot of shit going on right now. So it's easy to get it all confused. Bellingcat is focused on my track of Jim Watkins, 8kun, and QAnon. And Business Insider is working with me right now on Parler. So those are the two tracks right now. And like they're both very high profile things. Parler one even more so, and the fact that that's an accident is extra hilarious. So just more information will come out. People were able to reproduce my work as far as the Parler situation goes. So I will not say that I am going to release a leak of Parler. Somebody might, won't be from me, but somebody might release that data. I will be very surprised if it doesn't happen. As far as Jim Watkins, 8kun go, I am releasing that. That is definitely coming from me, and it will happen very soon. And no laws were broken in the acquisition of that data before anybody goes and files an IC3 report or some shit because they're mad at me or so on and so forth. I broke no laws there, so go fuck yourself. Anyway, yes. Basically, shit is going to happen. Now, I pretty much covered that question. I'm going to go and do this highlight one, which made me frown when I first saw it because of the subject material. Lumencia said, I would absolutely like to see a small conversation surrounding the topic about how the paranoia of someone turning into another Sabu has affected the hacking scene as it has evolved over the years. Sabu made everybody fucking terrified for their goddamn lives, and he is a piece of motherfucking shit. That is the long and short of it. There's literally no other way to spin it or go about it. And in fact, that motherfucker is the only reason why you haven't heard of my fucking ass until this year. Because I had to wait until statutes of limitations for anybody that I ever had any involvings with were expired because I did not want to get any other motherfuckers into shit. That is the repercussions of that motherfucker.
100% agreed. And I will add to it that, the question was kind of leading in the direction of, what has it done? And I'll tell you.
I told you, they literally, what I just said is one of the things that it did.
But I would say that one of the things that it allowed us to do is no matter how many of us argued up and down that if you're in a even somewhat private chat, and there are now 10 people in this chat, you cannot trust the chat anymore, and you have to make sure to protect yourself. Even if you're talking about things you're going to do, and you have to work with these people on those things, you have to word things in ways that you always assume they are watching. And,
yes.
And there were
ambiguity.
There were a lot of people in the scene who didn't treat even the most private chats that way. And Sabu really helped just drill that in. Like, there are certain spaces that I shouldn't be in personally because I have a past where I've literally gone to prison for my crimes. I am monitored like you wouldn't believe. And so, like, knowing right afterward, hearing some of the funny shit afterward, talking to all the general people who do this type of stuff, that's totally fine. But on the day of, you find something, you hack something, you do highly illegal things, you do not want someone like me sitting there in that chat channel. And for the longest time, and it's not because I'm personally going to do anything, but, like, if you don't assume that they're watching every move I make, you're an idiot. It's an OPSEC failure. And yes. There are 100 of us out there. And so even if I am there and we're not doing illegal things in that specific chat, even if we're talking about
I am one of those people, to be clear.
Yeah.
Like, if you thought that I was not a monitored individual before, all the years leading up to this, you should assume at the very bare fucking minimum that if I am in a public space, you should probably take every fucking precaution imaginable if you want to communicate with something with me. Because, like, let me put it this way. Lots of people went to fucking prison or were hunted by feds under the banner of Anonymous. All of a sudden, this motherfucker right here is now being named as the motherfucker that made all that shit responsible. I'm the founder of Anonymous. That means that my ass is definitely being fucking monitored. So please, for the love of God, do not make a mistake that is going to affect your life negatively. I will like my ears are open. I'm not saying don't fucking talk to me about shit and so on and so forth.
Yeah, tell us shit happened afterward and do it with ambiguity. You were around.
Do it with ambiguity.
Happened. You saw a thing happen and you wanted us to know about it. Don't say, hey, I did this one thing to this one company from my house. Like, because we're being watched, right? And the thing that Sabu brought us beyond all the evil and hate, is it did give us a weapon we could use to inform these people, like, this is what happens when you don't practice proper OPSEC. Like,
I mean, for fuck's sakes, I have multiple goddamn phones, for God's sake.
Right.
Like what normal person has multiple phones?
I not only
somebody
have
that does illegal shit, I'll tell you that much.
But I not only have my multiple here, but I have my one that has never been to my house, so no form of location tracking that could have ever happened on it, like triangulating from the towers or anything else, could ever tie it to me. And that's like the important level of shit you got. OPSEC is a challenge if done right, because it's just not because it's actually hard. Once you study it, it's all pretty simple shit. It's just time consuming.
Yes, actually, a very good point. But somebody in the chat, Sparto said, drug dealers have multiple phones. You know what? If this helps hammer it home, this is a very good point. If you're doing illegal shit on the internet, you should probably try and treat your affairs as if you are a fucking drug kingpin. And that will keep your ass safe.
You know, Bodica 420 there. You know, I never trusted Lorelei under any of the names.
Ew.
I was in the small chat of only 5 people originally when that person ran the Scientology Exposed forums, which is where they originally come from back in Chanology days. And their job with Jennifer Emick and a few other people was to build up their forums and take all the users from originally In Turbulation and then Why We Protest, where the forum moved to. And they would go on our forums and post the craziest, stupidest shit and try and fuck everything over. They would post logs that they had faked about people who ran the site, just anything they could do to convince people to use their site, because their site was riddled with ads and ours wasn't. Yep. And by the end of the fight, he was kicked out of the military where he was stationed overseas. Now she... or they, I'm not actually sure, and I'm not trying to be insulting on that front, but whatever. But that little group of us who got so pissed, we gave warning, and then warning, and then warning, and then 3 more weeks of warnings, and then 3 more weeks of warnings before finally shit was sent to commanding officers and to family members and posted on Encyclopedia Dramatica, and shit just kept getting worse and worse. I backed out when the shit really got heavy, because I was like, you know, I don't like this person, but it's just a fucking internet forum. I don't need to destroy someone that hard. And they went from who they were to becoming Lorelei. You know, they had a different handle back then, and you can find that all out by looking at all the websites about them. But someday I might feel comfortable, but I have 17 gigs of their Skype chat from their back channel, Emick, Backtrace, Lorelei, and all of them. I have their entire, like, year and a half's worth of Skype. I have the audio. It's a 17 gig tarball.
What the fuck?
One of the people in that chat was like, someday you're going to want to refer to some of this to fuck over these people because they're going to come back at you. So here you go. And I was like, well, I didn't ask for it, but thanks. Yeah. So, what a file that is. I mean, I'm sure it's stupid, so I haven't listened. I listened to like 5 seconds to make sure it was actually that, and then I closed it back up and put it off on a backup drive. Dude, you have no idea how bad the OPSEC in all of those places were, man. There was no place that was safe.
I have every goddamn idea how fucking horrible an OPSEC is. Like literally, I was there on the side. I was still running a goddamn majors board with an IRC network that was very much still very you know, history hadn't faded away yet.
Right.
So I was seeing all this shit. I had people fucking emailing me, sending me all kinds of crap. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me out of this. I don't want to be involved. Just fucking shut up. Go away. But fact is, a lot of this was still left on my fucking lap. So I had, at least, if I didn't like touch it directly, I was at least aware that it was happening. And that's partially one of the reasons why I was constantly shitting my fucking pants and telling people to get the fuck away from me, because I wasn't an idiot.
One of the big problems you get when suddenly, you know, like 10,000, you know, over 9,000 people literally showed up, is not one of them had any idea about OPSEC. Like, and so you just can't teach that many people OPSEC that quickly, and shit just went wild.
Yeah. OPSEC.
We
don't fucking talk about shit.
Seriously.
like literally, like people don't get it. If it's not safe to talk about, don't fucking talk about it. Doesn't matter who it's to. I mean, unless it's somebody that you intend on literally working on that thing with, don't fucking talk about it. Don't talk about it in a public space. Don't even refer to it in a cheeky manner unless you know it's safe. Like there is like a guide to OPSEC is basically like a list of like 10,000 things and being like, should I do this? No. Should I do this? No. Should I do this? No. Should I do this? No.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Like,
OPSEC,
when in doubt,
don't open your dumb fucking mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
When
Step
in
one,
doubt, shut up.
Yeah, so like I mean the whole Lorelei thing, it's almost like a tragic comedy, like, you know, old school, like Shakespearean tragic comedy style, like, because at some point they were originally trying to do something with Chinology, and then they decided to put up their own board when they saw all the traffic, and then maybe make some money off of ads, and you know what, I will tell you before like the early utter destruction of them, and then what happened with Jennifer Emick and all the others, like everyone on that side of that fight was given the warning of, hey, you can run a second site, we don't care, just stop trying to destroy ours while doing it, because we don't have ads and you're not getting money off of it. And then 3 weeks, hey, you're still doing it. And then 2 more weeks, hey, kind of 2 warnings. Is that not enough for you? Okay, well, now your site's offline. Hey, so that's warning number 3. 2 weeks later, you're still being a bitch. Okay, well, now you're fucked. I mean, there was like a month
Trying to
and a
make
half of
money.
warnings.
Trying to make money off of subversive action like that, especially back then via internet advertising. It's like, you understand that it will take literally 30 seconds to go and make sure that all of your revenue streams are cut off. You know, I went through in a 12-month period throughout 2007, I went through no less than 14 PayPal accounts. I had to open up a new bank account every single fucking time. I had to make another PayPal account. And that was just to keep the doors open. Like that was literally just to keep the lights on and everything operational. The sheer amount of bullshit. You are not going to fucking do stuff like we were doing back then, make money off of ads, unless you're literally just going to cover the place and complete another smut.
Yeah.
And at that point, you're going to like normal people that are going to be like the backbone, like not the backbone, but they're going to be your on the ground soldiers. They're not going to want to come and see someone all splay it out like,
right.
And this was in an era when ad block didn't even really exist yet. You know, there's a lot of really stupid things that people around then that were trying to make a quick buck or so on didn't fucking get. And it caused a hell of a lot of bullshit just on multiple levels.
Ugh.
Ugh.
So what's next, chat? You've definitely...
Wait. Hold on. Something in chat right now.
Yeah, let's go.
Kurt is a hacker and got involved in deep shit. That is a statement that can be interpreted by people in many ways. I have never been involved in quote unquote deep shit. Slow your roll.
Uh-huh. Yes. So beyond that, how about anything else, guys? Like, girls, like, what do we got here? Yes, there is no cabal. Nothing exists. Let's see. Yeah, right? It's Dr. Worm just, like, explaining, like, this whole thing. Yeah, so what do you got for us, chat?
Snowden has not talked about me, no. I don't know where the hell that came from. I talked about Snowden, not the other way around.
There was I had some chat and some stuff to do back then. It was quite an entertaining few weeks as all that went down, but that's not anything for public talking. Although everyone who should know or would want to know knows, because like it all came out through a journalist who's a jackass. Not published, just he talked.
And again, this Tucking Fipos said that I do not want to keep having X wasn't involved in Y questions. and that is good both on a you know, we don't want to burn people, so like you need to stop that.
Yeah.
And also there are much better questions you can ask.
There really are. Well, I already had Barrett on the show, actually. He was both on my podcast like 6 times way back when, and he was on this show a couple weeks ago, where he lives now, which is over in England, merry old England, where he's hanging out with a lot of old friends. Oh, you're asking, will I have Barrett on with Kurt? Well, that should be fun.
Well, then, actually, I'm pretty sure Barrett just saw some of the August press.
Yeah.
That I had. Like, I'm pretty sure he only just saw the Atlantic article earlier today. Actually,
you know, we'll set that up. I think that would be entertaining.
I think that would. Like Barrett Brown and I seem like two people that would really fucking jive with each other. I'm just gonna say.
Be energetic, yeah.
Yeah. We just shit post about fish for 2 hours.
You know, Dr. Ivanway, yeah. So a lot of the mutual organizing stuff did absolutely come from, initially for me, from Chanology and then up into Occupy. I had no experience with that beforehand other than, you know, in illegal activities that I had to organize, which aren't really good at the same thing. Like, they're a whole different type of organizing. They're very top-down structures. You know?
Yeah.
Let's see, Kurt, how was the way you work with others changed? How has the way you work with others changed?
Well, before, okay, so beforehand, like we're gonna go back. So 13 years ago, I would have a random thought, and I'd be like, "Yeah, we should fucking do that," and I would just literally just be like, and I would say like, "Hey, guys, we need to fucking do this. We need to do this thing. We need to fucking do it." And that would filter out to the rest of it. Or it would be on the boards and so on and so forth. And then the FBI started really paying close attention a number of years later. And that was after I was out of it. So now I'm like, okay, we should do this thing. And the legal ways that aren't going to get people fucked. Okay, there's a lot more thought processes and stuff instead of just me literally like blurting out random thoughts and ideas that would then blossom. So if you were going to say that 13 years ago that I was masterminding, now I'm like masterminding times 10 because I want to get shit done. I want to get people involved and I want to keep everyone out of a penitentiary. Yeah, say the least. So basically what I did back then versus what I did now is just a lot safer and with a lot more consideration towards people being able to do things in a safe manner. We're all law-abiding citizens.
Indeed.
I don't have anything else to say.
So Lumentir asks if you need a hug in the midst of your pain. Yeah, so, you know, Too Many Quarks asked a more just kind of fun question about, you know, what was our funniest former aliases. And I'll tell you, my favorite username I ever actually had was early on during AOL. I actually got the username Scammer, spelled properly. So I was scammer at AOL.com, and I had the domain sc.am. And on that domain, we posted a bunch of my friends were graffiti artists, and I was doing a little too. And we posted a bunch of our stuff up, and mostly theirs. And it was the whole logo was that. But so before we had a lot of the other instant messaging of any kind, we had AIM. So on AIM, my actual handle was Scammer. That was the real name. Nice.
Funniest alias I've ever gotten was literally just Hal Turner. There's just a whole bunch of places he didn't have shit. But that's that's a very specific callback. As far as any aliases that I'm ever comfortable talking with, it's just there's Kirtaner, there's Terrakin, which is an anagram of Kirtaner. There's Renatric, which is also an anagram of Kirtaner. I have a theme. You can probably tell.
How about you, Mac?
You know, a lot of the times that I've used ones where I was really proud of it, that's something I really don't want like associated.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't want to say I was that person.
Exactly.
Right.
I
known
can say
aliases.
that there were a couple of places where I got variations on Jimmy Russell or Russell Jimmy's, but that it's generic enough that like other people had similar. Right. So I can say that, but that's about all I can go into details on.
And that's fair. Like, there's probably much funnier aliases and so on and so forth that all of us have had. But of course, because we're not a bunch of drooling morons, unfortunately.
Back to that conversation about
exactly. That's literally not something that's going to be recorded on a Twitch VOD and then uploaded to YouTube. I mean, at the end of the day,
right.
My lips are sealed. I mean, get to know me very, very, very well. Maybe you might learn a little bit more funny shit.
So I'm still learning this whole Twitch thing, but it's been about an hour since the last follow, so I think that's what I'm supposed to ask. Everyone in the chat, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
Hit those buttons.
He ordered a lot of pizza, and one day we're gonna make sure that is paid for. I don't know exactly why you ordered that much pizza. Holy crap, man!
I had some free credit, and I was rushing, and it's much cheaper than you thought it was, than you think it might be.
Right.
Yeah.
It's his drink is some kind of a Monster drink. I think he just
so I'm drinking two things. I'm drinking a can of Monster that came with my pizza. And I'm glad that it's a regular Monster, not Diet Monster, so you can't meme the shit out of it. And and then we have this pink lemonade vodka stuff.
There you go. That's the fruity drink they were talking about.
Yes,
and I don't think they were talking about fruity related to the fruitiness of it.
No, like it's vodka. It's flavored like pink lemonade, and it tastes fucking great.
That's what matters.
I don't care. Exactly. Do not let anybody ever shame you with what you are imbibing because it's a quote unquote girly drink.
Hey, go to Italy. Pink is like the manliest color they have.
It really is. Ask me about my grade school adventures going to school in pink clothes. Those were fun.
Nice.
Anyway,
what else do we have, chat?
This is delicious. This is really fucking delicious. I'm serious. Like, it doesn't even taste like booze. It's just straight up pink lemonade. And if I did not have as strong a will as I had, I would be on the floor right now.
Nice. Oh, look at that. There we go. Thanks for the follow there, Dr. Worm. That's what we're talking about. Let's see. Primary school with Drake. Oh.
Okay. That's a funny story. Okay, so
you
literally,
went to school with Wheelchair Jimmy?
Yes, I fucking did. Yes, I did. So
you went to school with him when it would have been okay for him to be hitting on 15-year-olds.
Dude. Okay, no, this is okay. Good one, good burn. 2 years before. So when I was in grades 5 and 6, I was at Forest Hill Secondary and Primary, which is obviously the known place where Aubrey Graham, A.K.A. the rapper Drake, went to school with. And yeah, one day during recess, I was at the time still known as being that subversive motherfucker that everybody is just like, yo, what the fuck is with this guy? Like, I had a Harley Davidson coat. I wore a fucking bandana to school. Like, people were just like, yo, what the fuck? And this was in grade 5. Long story. Anyway. So one day a teacher was talking to Drake, the rapper Drake, and people were giving him shit for so and so. It was just like, I've got a girl's name. It's Aubrey. And the teacher had similar conversations with me during recess and literally connected us because we both had the same name, Aubrey. So for a brief period, like Drake and I were actual schoolyard acquaintances, and at one point I had game sharked him a Mew in Pokemon Red and Blue.
Nice.
Because I was also that guy that had a Game Shark in the schoolyard.
Right.
So for a while, I got the cool kid points by being the guy being like, oh yeah, I can give you a Mew. Just give me your cartridge. Go, there you go. So yes, Drake. I Game Sharked him a Mew during recess
I think
in grade 6.
I think we gotta calculate what the value of that was for a 6th grader, because like that's a high value object for a 6th grader, and then extrapolate that out to your both current ages and current wealth, and then he needs to pay you back. So I'm gonna say that's like $2.5 million. Like,
I know, like what is it? He's got a penthouse over in the fucking Ritz over downtown. Like, come on, yo, Aubrey, yo, Drake, fucking just hit me up. We went to school together. I was that weirdo with the fucking bandana and the Harley Davidson coat. You know me. You remember me. You see this shit? You give me a call. You flew someone in by helicopter to teach you vape tricks. I am the fucking hacker god. Come on, give me a ring.
Nice. Oh my god. Dear Lord. All right. So there's that one. We're having fun here still, chat. I don't know how much longer I have. I'm starting to feel the tired hitting me. But do you guys have more you want to hear about? And remember, we'll be back. This is fun. We're all enjoying it. What else you got? Anything I will have for you? Yes, of course.
I honest to God, funny thing, last thing about Drake, I didn't know that he was the same person until like probably 5 years ago, because I did some Google searches and then I saw his name. I saw where he went to school and I like put two and two together. It was like, holy fucking shit, that was Drake? What?
Right? Yeah, for me it's going to be a Friday thing. I mean, I'm hoping Kurt's enjoying this. I'm having fun as hell.
Oh yeah, I'm enjoying the shit out of this.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna keep doing it as long as it works. Banter question: is your sleep schedule as bad as Kurt's?
What's his sleep schedule?
Yeah, mine's not as bad as his, I would bet, but it used to be. I mean, I used to definitely go days or like just randomly wake up at 4 p.m. and wonder why. Standard hacker schedule, but kids and other things have gotten me to a point where I am out of bed by like 9:30, 10 in the morning, which just feels weird still. I still am not, no matter how many years I do it, it's still going to feel weird. And then I'm usually asleep by like midnight, which is also weird to me still. Like, I still feel like I shouldn't be. Like, it feels like I'm violating some kind of a code I agreed to every time I fall asleep around midnight.
I go until I feel like I can't keep my eyes open anymore, and then I usually wake up at the same time every day. I was woken up yesterday because our internet connection went offline, and I had to go rush and run to the basement and do some emergency maintenance. So I woke up probably like 4 or 5 hours earlier. Sorry, I woke up 4 or 5 hours earlier than I normally would have, and then I still ended up staying up until like 5 in the morning because I've completely lost control of my life. And that, yeah, I mean, realistically, people like us, we don't have sleep schedules. We just do what we do.
I mean, we were asked, what do we think of Christopher Krebs?
Chris or Brian?
Chris, the guy who was head
CISA.
of yeah, and was then fired for sticking up for the election results. I mean, this is an easy one. He's a piece of shit who was happily working with and for Trump. Just because like he got on Trump's bad side doesn't make him suddenly a good guy.
He's still a collaborator. He's just a collaborator that stepped over the line.
Yeah.
Hey, remember all of those other people that have left the Trump administration because Trump like got mad at them and then they turned on Trump? It's the same thing. They're all pieces of shit. Every
one of them. So
just because they're like the orange mad bad does not mean that it is an excuse for the last 4 years. It isn't.
Yeah. I will tell you. So Sparto in the chat says, that she's looking forward to the games being busted out and me learning some skills. And I got to tell you, it has been a long time since I gamed. I just started getting back into it again. A friend, donated an Xbox because they wanted me to start playing Call of Duty with them. And the funniest thing to do, being that I'm just getting back into it, and I haven't gamed in FPSs online since honestly, since back in the CS 1.6 days.
Oh, damn!
So before Go, before everything, like we're talking, well over a decade at this point. And, of course, Quake 3 Arena and all the other fun stuff. Like, back in those
Quake
days,
3 was not trash! I saw that in the chat. You can go fuck yourself!
But the best thing that I have the most fun doing is I'll be in, and I'm getting back at it. I'm now playing decent, but I think it's still going to be weeks before I'm any good at any of these games anymore. They start yelling afterward. Like, at the end of every round on these video games online now, everyone starts yelling at each other about how bad they are. No matter how good anyone did, they don't care, right? So, like, someone starts trashing me because, like, I'm in last place on the team in this one round. And I responded with, yeah, I suck, dude. Anyone who, like, I killed on the other team that's listening should probably just uninstall. And so they were all like, wait, what? And by the end of, like, and there's only, like, 30 seconds there, but, like, in that 30 seconds, they were all at the end of it like, no, you're okay, you'll get better. They don't understand when you don't attack. Like, when you say, oh, no, I'm horrible, you're right, they like, get confused.
Yes,
and it's
they do!
Hilarious.
It's like self-deprecating humor completely and utterly just disarms, like, 90% of internet troll bullshit.
I got into games with a couple of them later on, and they started, like, doing the whisper message thing to me. Like, hey, if you go to this spot, and I'm like, really? Like, I was just fucking with you, but thanks.
Thanks for the tip, I guess.
Yeah, they have no fucking idea how to deal with it when you agree with them.
Exactly. It's like, oh, you're a fucking loser. Like, damn right, I'm a loser. What the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Yeah,
huh?
and I still killed you. Uninstall. I suck. You are just.
I slipped. I dropped my mouse and I went to pick it up and I headshotted your ass. Yeah, the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Accident. So I don't know. I've been getting into playing zombies though because I don't like necessarily like the glorification of the war shit in the other side of it, but I really fucking enjoy killing Nazi zombies.
Yes, like that's good. That is good. The narrative excuses and glorification of CIA-based war crimes is not okay.
So, yeah, like every cutscene in that game is horrifying.
I almost want to play it just so that I can experience that horror for myself because, like, I see it from the outside. I'm like, yeah, they're really fucking doing that. No.
Yeah.
Oh man, no.
I know, right? Like, I was playing the other day with one of my kids, and my wife comes in and asks, "How are you guys doing?" And the response was, "Oh, just committing war crimes," because COD was on the screen, and it's like, yeah, no, that's an honest interpretation of what's going on here. So we'll totally like get a stream where we play some games together. That
would be amazing. Like I have an expansive library. We can. Do
you have the new one?
I have not played a Call of Duty since 4.
Okay, well, yeah, but so I didn't know anything about it until literally the Modern Warfare from like only months ago. And I had just avoided it all. And then I come in and someone's like, well, there's Modern Warfare, and then there's Modern Warfare 2, and then there's Modern Warfare, and then there's Modern Warfare 3, and then there's Modern Warfare 3, and then there's Modern Warfare 2. And I'm like, wait, hold the phone. Which is which? And they're like, well, yeah, that's the problem. So, yeah. So I'm like, okay, whatever the latest one is, let's play that. So so I'm learning, Lumens, here, that after Activision got more heavily involved, that things went to shit. But I'm still enjoying the hell out of the new zombies. We made it up to level 53 the night before last, which is nowhere near the record of like 600. But like, but it's because the Xbox.
Get me on your team. I will make sure we get way fucking higher. But on top of that, like
like, what am I supposed to do?
Oh my god, really?
It shut off. We're at 53 and it just turns off.
Okay. Are you running an Xbox One?
Yeah, just a regular
X or
standard Xbox One.
Okay. I have X1 X. I haven't got my hands on the Series X yet, but we will talk. We will find out what the fuck we have, and we will plan some shit out. We will make shit happen.
So you'll be able to see that here, like maybe next week sometime. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do a special Thursday night run at zombies.
Yes. I need an outlet. I need an outlet that isn't committing crimes. Please, for the love of God, help me.
Nice. You know what my favorite thing about the current Call of Duty right now, though, is because you can play so much zombies, and they keep running these specials where you get like double XP on shit. when I join one of the public servers to play like regular old team deathmatch shit, I am the highest level, Prestige 3, level 100. Even though my skill level is like less than Prestige 1, level 5. Like, my skill level is down here right now because I haven't played in so long. But because I put the hours in on zombies, it shows me as the best person currently connected in this game. And then I'm in last place, and everyone's like, what the fuck is going on?
That's amazing.
Like, is your kid playing on your system?
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
My gamer tag, Kirtaner. My PSN tag, Kirtaner. My Steam, whatever the fuck, Kirtaner. Listen, that is my handle. If you want to fucking add me on shit, literally same name everywhere. Doesn't matter. Kirtaner. That is my shit. If I don't have an account on somewhere with that handle, that means that I don't give a fuck about that platform.
Right.
Generally, I have had the same handle on pretty much anywhere on the internet my entire life. Since 1996 on BattleNet, the first time I had to make an online account.
Nice.
That is me. Want to find me? You know how to find me. Period.
Okay, so tune in next week when we find a way to play some games together. I will say my favorite game in the world still, and fuck anyone who disagrees, is, and I mean that, like, bottom of my heart, I mean that, is Age of Empires 2.
Ooh!
So, if you're up for some Age of Empires 2, we can play some Age of Empires 2.
I mean, okay, listen,
Steam,
as far as
they have
RTS
the
goes,
HD edition.
as far as RTS goes, I liked Age of Empires 2 more as a single player experience, and just like going and fucking, like I've always been a Brood War guy.
Brood Wars is
That
fun.
gives you a good idea of the kind of multiplayer gamer that I am. In that.
But Age of Empires is just always my game. Like, when I need to waste 4 hours because I need to clear my head of some horrible thing, I go and play that. Although I can rush like anyone else and play it in 5 minutes if I want, but that's boring.
Exactly.
All right, everyone. We've been talking about gaming for like 20 minutes now. Although everyone else seems to be into it.
I mean, we're on Twitch. I mean, come on, you know.
Twitch. You've all got usernames here. You obviously are all gamers.
Yes.
Does anyone else have anything else they want to hear from us? I mean, Banjo-Kazooie was some shit right there, man. Wow. What do we got, chat? Because I'm thinking we're at 2.5 hours. That's a lot longer than we normally go. That is actually my gamer tag. You just typed it. I believe I have that everywhere. Yeah. There is only one of me.
Yes.
There is it is a surprisingly unique name because my family changed it multiple times throughout history. I would love anyone to figure out how you go from I've done, like, a person in my family did all the ancestry stuff, and we ended up back at the original name when the family lived like over in Europe, and it was Bauerschlag. Like, I guess I'm glad it's not that anymore, but it's had like 10 versions along the way. All right, everyone. I think that is the night. I think we're gonna call it here. But look for next week when we play some games together, and then we have our standard Friday night just chatting with everyone. And hope and pray that and I am an atheist when I say that he does not overdose on monsters before then.
Don't worry. Like, the caffeine don't do shit to me, and I'm good with them amphetamines too. So you don't gotta worry about
As he gets louder and louder and louder.
Yeah!
All right, everyone, we're ending the stream there. This was great. Thanks for all the subs, follows. Everyone else who hasn't, please do. Cheers, everything. All right, man. Bye, everyone.